Today we are discovering another perfume brand together, which is called by Rosie Jane. And actually I have the newest perfume in my collection as well, so I'm going to tell you more about it later on, but let's start with the discovery set. So first of all, the packaging. I personally love it. I love the aesthetic, I love the colors, I love the thick paper and the magnet. The company itself, I wanted to tell you, is calling themselves like a clean brand, which I'm not going to go into it, but typically it's a little bit difficult with those brands because clean doesn't really have like specific regulations. But the brand is vegan, it's cruelty free, and it has no single-use plastics, US made, girl power, mama founded and owned, which I love. That's what it says on the packaging, which is why I was telling you about it. But back to the packaging. You have the scents in here with a beautiful picture which tells you a little bit about the aesthetic and also the perfumes. And then you have 7 perfumes. And what I love is it tells you the notes and it also tells you what it feels like. And if you remember, when I talked about the Floral Street perfumes, they only gave us what it feels like, but not what is actually in there. And then on the back, you also have the 7 perfumes again, and it tells you basically how to wear those throughout the whole day. So I'm not too sure if they are more light and airy because you are supposed to wear them just for a short amount of time. Not too sure, but it says like, let us get you clean with 7 fragrances for every day. And then it says 1, start simple with Leila Lou, 2, take your vitamin C with Madie, and so on and so forth. So just telling you what it says on the back, but I think it's quite a cute extra. So let's talk about the perfumes. I've had this discovery set for quite a long time, so I've known those perfumes for quite a while. And in general, I love the DNA of Rosie Jane. They are all quite easy to wear and quite fresh, but then they have some twists. And it is exactly the type of scent I like. Still, I have least favorites and favorites, so I thought I would rank them for you again, which was quite difficult for me. But I'm going to start with my least favorite and then I'm going to end it with my most favorite perfume. So let's start with Leila Lou. First of all, I have to tell you, I was really thinking about naming my daughter Leila Lou because I love the name so much. Spoiler alert, I didn't, but still it's such a pretty name. And it has pear, jasmine and fresh cut grass in it. And it feels like your favorite jeans and white tea, which I think is so cute. I like the scent. I told you I like the brand in general, so there is no perfume in here that I detest or where I'm like, oh my god, I cannot wear it. I could wear all of those perfumes easily, but still, this is one that is a little bit harsh and not as smooth as others to me. It smells like a pear yogurt, like really fresh and juicy and a little bit creamy. And then it has this quite harsh jasmine note mixed with a synthetic grass note. And typically I love the note of grass and like green perfumes. But in here, the combination of the 2 notes to me is just a little bit too harsh, but still intriguing and interesting. And it reminds me a little bit of Petite Chérie by Goutal, but this one is much more uplifting and juicy fresh. The other one is a little bit more vintagey, musky, and I think this one is more likable. It also has quite a good performance and longevity for a by Rosie Jane perfume. Next up we have Madie, and Madie has jasmine, sea spray and vanilla in it and feels like beach in a bottle. And I have to tell you, it does, but also it doesn't. The first spray, like the first initial spray, you get a burst of herbs. I don't know what it is. Like also like something like a spa, like herbs in a spa, and then you get a very natural smelling jasmine. Like if you put your nose onto like a real jasmine bloom, this is what it smells like, mixed in with those herbs. And then comes the saltiness. It's not a typical beach scent at all. I was a little bit hesitant when I read beach in a bottle because I don't love those typical beachy, creamy coconut, ylang ylang frangipani type of scents a lot of the times. And this is just so different. And I like it because it does remind me of your just landed on your dream destination for your vacation, and you have the sea in front of you, you have those beautiful blooms on the back, and then it's just so special and beautifully made, very natural smelling. It's just that the jasmine can be a little bit too much for me. I love certain types of jasmines that are more creamy and elegant. This one is on the edge and could get a little bit too headache inducing for me, but just like a tiny bit. But I still love the idea and the DNA. You know what is funny? I just realized that until now I have it in the exact order of the Discovery set. So the next one is called James. And James is a strong fig scented perfume with amber and gardenia. And I get the gardenia, I don't get any amber at all. It's a very green, unripe fig scent with the gardenia in it. It smells very realistic as well, very natural. And it has, like in the back of the perfume, I smell like a white tea accord or something in a garden of white flowers. And then there's like a really big fig tree in the back. Or not in the back, in the front. It's very interesting, very special. It's very, very nicely made. It's just that fig sometimes can be a little bit too much for me. And I have quite a lot of fig perfumes that are more wearable to me. So that is why this one is ranked lower, but still it's very beautiful. And James feels like dancing in the rain. Doesn't that sound absolutely beautiful? It's just that I would not have thought about dancing in the rain when I smelled what I smelled. Okay, now I'm a little bit spooked because the next one in the Discovery set is the next one that I have on my list. Whatever, the next one is called Angie, and it is very fresh and clean and crisp smelling. For me, this is more the crisp white t-shirt type of scent than the Leila Lou. It has a similar vibe to Orange Blossom by Jo Malone, which is the perfume I wore on my wedding day, so I really like this perfume. It gets more and more elegant in the dry down, and it's an easy grab. You don't really smell honeysuckle or jasmine. It's much more of like a bouquet of beautiful, very different types of flowers. Mix them with like a creamy orange blossom or something. It has this slight creaminess to it and like a very subtle fig note, but it's an easy grab. And Angie feels like LA spring days, according to the perfume brand. I was in LA actually in spring, but I would not say that it smelled like that. Would be nice if it would have been. So then we have the first one that is not in order of the Discovery set, and this is my third favorite perfume, which is called Rosie. Such a beautiful name as well. And Rosie, oh my god, it's so beautiful, but it's so weak. I think it would be like my top 2 or even my favorite perfume from all of them, but it's just so weak. It's very soft and fluffy. It has nude, musk, and rose in it. Really cannot detect rose. It's more like clean flowers in general, like very light and airy, more like peonies or something. And to me, this is a very beautiful mix of clean reserves skin mixed in with Not a Perfume by Juliette Hazegan or Molecule 02 by Eccentric Molecules. Those two mixed together is what it smells like to me. It's fresh and light, and then it has like a woody base and some slight sweetness to it. It has like a creamy aspect to it on my skin as well. It's just so beautiful. Only thing is that the performance is very, very weak. Like maybe like 30 minutes after I sprayed it, I couldn't smell it anymore, which is very sad. And I still am thinking about buying it anyway because I like the scent so much. And Rosie feels like sleeping in your B-day suit. Then we have Dylan, and Dylan is cedar, frankincense, and white musk, and feels like being in love, which is not what I would think of when I smell this perfume, because this perfume is very woody and unisex. It's beautiful. Like the first word I typed in when I made the script was wow. Wow, beautiful unisex scent. For me, it again has like a combination of Molecule 02, Not a Perfume, and then Santal 33 by Le Labo, which is a favorite of mine as well. So both of those scents I love, and the mixture of them together is absolutely beautiful. It's fresh and light, but then it gets a little bit woody, and it has a slight sweetness maybe from the frankincense in it as well. The only thing is that performance as well, with a lot of those, is not the best. This one in particular has quite a poor performance if you think about Santal 33 or Molecule 2, which are perfumes that both to me have like almost beast mode performance. And then my favorite, which is called Lake, and Lake has vanilla, sandalwood, and neroli in it, and feels like sleeping under the stars. I love those descriptions, and this, I think I've told you about it before. It's a very pretty green vanilla scent for the summer. I love vanilla scents like that because they are much more interesting than just your typical vanilla extract perfume. It reminds me a lot of Vanille Encensée by Atelier Cologne, which is very hard to get. And this one is easy to get, and I think a lot more inexpensive than Atelier Cologne. It also has similarities to Gypsy Water, which is also a perfume I like a lot. It's quite unisex as well. It's sweet, it has some creaminess in it, and almost smells a little bit like a fluffy vanilla lemon cake, but not too gourmand. It's just like a hint, like it is sitting next to me. It's not right in front of me, it's just near. It's very beautiful, and the performance is a little bit better than with a lot of the other perfumes. So there you have it. You have my rating for all of the perfumes in the Discovery set. I like a lot of them. I love a lot of them. So I was very intrigued when I saw the new perfume, which is called Dulce, and I still have it in the packaging. And I didn't want to blind buy it. But when I saw how much the travel size was, I was like, no. Because I think the travel size was half the price of the full bottle, but it was only maybe like 10 milliliters. And this one has 50 milliliters. Yeah. And so I was just thinking, okay, let's do it. Let's try it. What I don't like is that it doesn't tell you any notes on here. Nothing at all. But I was buying it because someone said that it's supposed to smell like vanilla ice cream. Like straight up vanilla ice cream, like a summery vanilla light scent. And in the air and on paper, it smells straight up like the fluffiest, lightest vanilla ice cream you can imagine, with bourbon vanilla in it, and just so yummy, but not too much, not too heavy, like a very light and fluffy type of scent. On my skin, however, it turns more deep. It's like a completely different scent on my skin. I have no idea what is going on, but on my skin, it does smell much more like a very typical vanilla extract perfume, or a little bit like a creme brulee. And for that reason, it reminds me a little bit of Escapade Gourmand by Maison Mataha, which is a perfume I love and is very hard to get because they are out of stock a lot of times. So maybe that one is something you can look into. It's also quite a nice price, I have to tell you. And also the performance is better than all of the other perfumes in the collection. Maybe also because it has much more like deep notes, and vanilla is usually something that has quite a good performance. But it's a nice, beautiful scent. It's just that I have something that smells very similar on my skin, and I wanted it to smell on my skin like it smells on the paper or in the air. But yeah, maybe I have to let it sit for a bit, or maybe I have to try it out in the fall winter time. But I wanted to have like a very light summer vanilla scent. It smells like vanilla ice cream. But yeah, a lot of people will tell you that on their skin it will smell like vanilla ice cream. So make sure if you like the DNA that you try this out. So now I'm done with the video. Let me know if you've tried any of the perfumes from the brand. Do you own any of them? What do you think of them? And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.